How much food do you waste? Hello and welcome to Speak Mini English, the show that brings you an intelligent based on teen listening practice and six new items of vocabulary. I'm Dan. And I'm Neil. In this style, we'll be discussing food waste just as soon as. Now, did you just blow the price of that apple waste? Yeah, it's worth quite a big one and I couldn't finish it. No, you shouldn't waste food. Waste meaning to throw away without consuming or using. It's only an apple. It's not the end of the world. Done. Well, that's where you could be wrong, my friend. Let me draw it to you. Which this week question. How much of the world food is wasted each year? A. A half. B. A hut. C. A water. I'm not sure. I know it's a lot, so I'm going to say a half. Well, find out if you're right or not at the end of this show. So the actual figure is 1.3 billion tons of food, which is enough to feed a billion hungry people. Where do you think all this food waste comes from? Well, restaurants, I imagine. I mean, they can't give one customer leftover to another. That should be unhygienic. Leftover are the remand of food which has not been eaten, and why your price restaurants are not the main contributor to food waste. Supermarkets, I bet they grow a lot of food one is grow, but it's sell by day. The day which it can be regularly sold by. Think it's closer to term. It's us, isn't it? Yes, in Europe, an unreadable 53% of food waste come from households, which results in 88 million tons of food waste a year. And I bet you can't guess what we do with it. I want to say recycle, but I can see from your face that is not. No, unfortunately, it's going into landfill, and that case, a landfill is a place where rubbish is buried. I see. So the food rots, and this causes greenhouse gases which lead to global warming and climate change. Exactly, and the end of the world. But remarkably, the European country of Denmark has managed to reduce its food waste by a very significant 25%. That's impressive. How did that happen? They attribute it to a woman called Selena Tour. Ever heard about her? She became a household name in Denmark overnight. A household name is one which everybody knows, and that was I heard. She was Russian. She is, but I let her at last. I come from a country where there were food shortage, but there is much called communism. Collapses. We had a collapse of infrastructure. We were not sure we could waste food on the table and come into Denmark. Seeing this abundances, since this supermarket is filled with food, but then I was really shocked to see a lot of food spreading waste. So selling real of is Moscow at a time when the waste wasn't enough food because of the collapse of infrastructure, meaning the basic system and service of society, such as food transportation. Then when she moved to Denmark, she found an abundance, more than enough food, but the soul is being waste. So she decided to do something about it. Yes, she started a Facebook by its 2008 can't stop waiting food, and 9 years later, the Danish government dedicated her for their reduction in food waste. How did she do it? Well, lots of ideas really to convince some supermarkets to stop selling that item in bulk so that people buy only what they need. She reduced a leftover cookbook and she working with British government to set up an education program in school. Now she a busy woman, so how about you educate me with the answer to this quick question? Sure, I ask you how much of the work food is quite easier. I have B a hot, I see a water, and I said I a have, and I'm terribly sorry, mate. But you're wrong. The answer is B a hot. Well, it's not as bad as I rule its word, at least. Shall we look at the vocabulary then? Yes. Let's first we had quay. If you waste something to roll its way, or low it without using its consuming its common thing. We waste our food, harm, money and energy. You also have some interesting with ways too. Can you think of one? Done. A waste of space is an aggression, which means a thing is completely without value. For example, I'm a cup completely waste of space in the kitchen. I can't cook at all. If we had leftover are renowned. A food or a meal which has not been eaten. What do you tend to do with your leftover meal? Oh, I love leftover. Sometimes I think they stay even better than the original meal. I breathe pizza a great example. Then we have landfill. A landfill is a place where rubbish is buried in colloquial English we might say a dump. Do you ever touch your rubbish to the dump? Done. Not if I can't have it. I prefer to recycle as much as possible. I only go to the dump if I had to get rid of a lot of appliances such as a breed. Then we had a house name to be a house name. To be a house name is to be well known by ordinary people of a particular place or culture. Can you think of a person who is house name at the moment? No. Oh, that's very easy. Donald Trump brings to mind everyone's must know who is. Then we have infrastructure. Infrastructure is the basic system and service of a society such as electricity, supply, trains, and roads. And finally, we had abundances. If you had an abundances of something, you have more than you need. To have anything is abundances new. No, where when this come to my children, I had to have an abundance of patience. Well, most of the time, and that's the end of today's 6 minutes. Please join us again soon. And we are on social media too: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. See you there. Bye. Bye bye.